Have you ever wondered what a Renaissance themed Princess Belle would look like with a touch of magic? Well, no need to wonder further, because I did that for my very first visit to the Georgia Renaissance Festival. I came up with a whole vision, a whole look for my very first cosplay ever and my very first Renaissance themed outfit. So let me show you everything that I have on, what the process was in thinking about it, and how I made this come to life. So the very first things I have on, well, one of the first things is this white lace skirt that I got from Amazon. This white top, very neat with the sleeves, very Renaissance. And then this was a skirt that I found from Goodwill, and I dyed it a darker gold yellowish color. It's all about the layers, guys. When you're putting together a Renaissance themed outfit, it's all about the layers. But yeah, you can find every piece that you need at Goodwill. You just gotta get a little creative. Another piece I have is this corset-like cape sort of deal that has pockets in it, actually, which was very neat. It has pockets. So I was able to put hand wipes, Lysol wipes for when you gotta go to the porta potty. I also had my lipstick and my chapstick and a little bit of cash for tips and all the food and the goodies that you can get. What else? Oh, as far as makeup goes, I had a red lipstick on and then this festival glitter that I got from Silly Farm. It was a gold to go along with the colors and theming. And then since I lack volume in my hair, I just tied up my normal real hair. And then on Amazon, they have these really long, insane ponytails that are just gorgeous. So I got me not the longest length, but the last to longest, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's just gorgeous. And then I got myself this beautiful gold bow from Hobby Lobby. But yeah, you guys, and then let me go over the belt and everything. So this belt combo was actually something that you can get off of Amazon. It comes with these bottles, this pouch here, the belt, and then a skirt hike. Now with the skirt hike, I hot glued a rose here. I also had another rose right here that actually fell, but I had it with a zip tie right here. And this pouch here I used for keeping my trinkets in to trade and then collecting from others. This is a little handkerchief scarf that I found at an antique store. I'm thinking it's from like the 1960s or 70s, but I liked the red with the roses and everything. And then in these tiny bottles here, I have this sort of gold kind of pyrite-y stuff, and then some really tiny teacups, and then some rose tea. So it actually has real rose petals in there. And then I got the Universal Trinket Trading logo symbol here that I laser engraved, painted this gold, and then painted this rose on here. And then of course, Belle likes books. So I have a vintage book that I found at an antique store, and I wrapped this gold ribbon around it to attach it to the belt. And then one of my favorite little hidden gems, or I guess you could say, what's that word, Easter egg? Is this little teacup I found at Goodwill. Now it was all white and I painted it gold with his colors for Chip. Now I did not add a chip to it. Maybe next time I would add a chip to it and then round off the edges, because I just did not want to break this teacup. And then if I added a chip, I wanted to make sure I have rounded edges. Now, since we were past the Ren Fair, I still have some Ren Fair dust in there. But yeah, you guys, this is the overall look minus the glitter and lipstick, but I think my vision came along quite well, and we are missing one piece, everyone's favorite piece. Now this piece is very special because the top of this staff was a gift from Timothy, my husband. He gave this to me as, I believe it was a birthday gift, but you know, I told him this would be a perfect piece for this cosplay, and he's like, let's do it, you know? So we drilled this into a plain old walking stick that I got from Amazon, and it's actually a very beautiful walking stick. The wood was just solid and beautiful. And then I took some little fairy lights I got from Amazon, you know, bunched them up in here, made them go all the way around the staff. I took some more of those roses from the craft store, glued them down, and then I took some gold tulle and made it go all the way around the staff to give it that magical touch, to make it look like magic was flowing from the staff. And here's my favorite part. There we go. We have the lights, you guys, and I gotta show you what this looks like in the dark. You hear that? The cup. How magical, you guys. This was just so much fun. This really put everything together and really brought my vision to life. This was just so much fun. It made my very first visit to the Georgia Renaissance Festival so memorable with Timothy. And I never realized that I would get the reactions that I got. I got to take photos with so many wonderful people. I'll share all those photos here. I did take some photos with some kids, but did not save those. And I got a picture with Ariel. I was looking for Snow White and Cinderella, but did not see them, did not come across them on my journeys. But yeah, you guys, I just love the way this turned out. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. And if you went to the Georgia Renaissance Festival, let me know as well. And until next video, you guys, bye.